Okay, so another quick video today, quick and unscripted, as I love to do it. Um, and this is like my fourth time taking this, so fourth? No, this is like sixth. Um, so if there's a lot of just like rough around the edges parts, I really don't want to do this again. So I'm just taking what I can get at this point. So the reason I'm making this video is um, I have just some complaints, as I usually do, about something going on within the Fortnite UGC, user-generated content space. And that was because I saw people today complaining about payouts for the July pay period for making maps. And I was like, okay, that's a lot of different people I see complaining. I haven't gotten any July money yet because I don't have any maps released in July. Rather, I didn't have any maps released during July. I just said the same thing twice. What I mean is that I didn't have any maps out at all whatsoever during the month of July or before that. My first map was in August, which is the Sanguine Sweets gun game. So, um, so I looked into it a little more, and I found this was the source of the problem, that they released this documentation. I remember reading this when it came out on May 31st, 2024, and they implemented it July 1st of 2024. So, and creators are just now getting their payouts for the month of July in 2024. So, and it has to do with this change. People are, and to sum it all up, if anybody doesn't want to stay. This is the most important part. This paragraph right here, and the problem is people are making less money than they ever have, and these are sizable people within the Fortnite creator space. I've seen people who have been around who've been big names since 1.0 complaining about this, like since pre-Unreal Editor for Fortnite. So, the the issue is here, as it says, we'll be updating the engagement payout formula on July 1st to increase the weighting of player acquisition metrics to reward creators who are bringing new players into Fortnite and re-engaging lapsed players. So what this means is they're paying people based on getting people into Fortnite who haven't played for whatever reason recently. So that could be people who never played Fortnite at all, or people who are or who have not played Fortnite for a long time. So that's a lot of work for the small creator in the creative community. And that's the main problem, is that if you're not a huge name, or you don't have a high, like, you don't have like advanced production, I guess, would be how to put it. If you don't have advanced production for your maps when it comes to like promotion and collaboration and all that, you don't stand a chance. So, and they elaborate more on it over here, which is basically independently creators have found increasing success by promoting their work on social media and by collaborating with influencers to bring players into their experiences. So they are changing their payouts essentially to support people who promote their work on social media and collaborate with influencers to bring players not just into their experience, but into Fortnite as a whole that weren't there before. So, and the root of this is because Epic wants them to spend money on the item shop. That's what it's always been, and they've just been finding different ways to do it. Like not long ago, they talked about implementing something where creators would get paid based on players entering the item shop in a time surrounding them playing your map. So that basically just pushed for people to promote going to the item shop and purchasing cosmetics. And that was really, and even though that's a really crappy way to put it, that almost feels better than this because any creator can do that. A small creator can basically say, go to the item shop and just find something like, say, like, check out the item shop for the cosmetic you may like. And any creator can do that. Any independent, any small, any big, any team, right? They can all do that, and they can all say go to the item shop, and that's more of an equal playing field, even though it's a really crappy way to do it, and it does encourage spam maps a lot more. This just kills the small creator, the independent creator. They go hand in hand in this instance, so they're not necessarily the same. Because of this little part right here. Because, and I don't know why they say independently right here. Creators have found increasing success by promoting their work on social media and by collaborating with influencers to bring players into their experience. Independent creators, wait, just stop. have to be reading this wrong. I'm assuming it means creators independent from Epic Games, because I can't see any reason this would mean people creating independently without like teams and all that. Because creators creating independently do not have much success with either of these, especially when it comes to bringing players to Fortnite that weren't there before. Because if you're going to promote your work on social media, and it's going to bring people who weren't in Fortnite before into Fortnite, you have to have either a very large like production scale, you have to have a really high quality trailer or shots or whatever you're posting to promote your map, or a really large following to do this. But even then, if you have a large following and you already do this, these players are almost certainly already involved within Fortnite. So the only way independent creators can really do this without having like a large production scale is by spending a bunch of time on a single project. Like, I mean a lot of time. It's where you have time to fully flesh everything out, bug test everything. After you confirm everything works, get a bunch of promotional work done, get artwork done, get a trailer made, get the trailer published, and get the trailer promoted either through paying for ads or by just putting it on all your socials and hoping enough people see it, hoping the algorithm carries it. And that's, again, I mean, if a single creator wants to put that much work in, sure. But then there's still like the speed bump there of this isn't going to get new players into Fortnite most of the time unless it looks really, really unique. Because if you're just making something with Epic's tool set that exists already, people aren't going to be wanting that because people have more than likely already seen that and hence aren't playing the game, right? That wouldn't bring any new players. I don't know if my logic is making sense here, but basically you would have to build all your own assets is in short what this is. And it would have to look unique, and people would have to be like, wow, this is what the Unreal editor for Fortnite is capable of. This is what we want to see. This is why I should go into Fortnite and I should purchase their cosmetics and I should stay a player, or why I should come back to the game, or all this stuff. And that also is completely impossible for people who are still on 1.0, like who are on console and don't have a PC to use the Unreal editor for Fortnite, because that's entirely limited to Epic's like existing tool set that anybody can do. So people likely won't be coming back to Fortnite, or new players coming to Fortnite for a map made in 1.0. So that throws that out the window for payouts. So that's just, you're just making maps for fun at that point, which, I mean, no harm, no foul. I make maps for fun, but this is bad overall for the whole community, because not everybody is here to make maps for fun. Not everybody's here to have a fun, jolly playtime. Most people are here because they're expecting some sort of financial compensation for their work. Because again, this is work. It's not necessarily game development, but it is creation of it is a artistic work would be a way to put it. You are still working when you do this. It's not necessarily playing a game, especially now that there's the Unreal editor for Fortnite. It's more towards the actual Unreal Engine than just the Fortnite Creative Editor, which makes it more towards an actual game development setting as opposed to just a user-generated content or a video game-like setting. So that, again, completely kills 1.0 off, and this is really hard for the small creator or independent creator to do by themselves unless they have people helping them, or they're really talented, which again, for people who are just getting into it, or people who even have been here for a while but still aren't finding success, aren't going to find any success. And they aren't, especially financially. And the second part is obviously even worse. We have, and by collaborating with influencers to bring players into their experiences. So what this is again, hard for 1.0 creators or um, or independent creators to do, or not popular creators. So this is something that would be hard for a person stuck on console, a person who doesn't have a wide reach, a team that doesn't have a wide reach, or even just a large independent person. Although I imagine they'd have an easier time finding an influencer because they would be more likely to have been heard of by said influencer, right? If that makes sense. I don't know. I don't know if people are. I'm not re-recording this. All right, it's midnight pretty much. So, um, collaborating with influencers and players experience. Yeah. So this is something that I almost feel like shouldn't be rewarded because what Epic isn't really saying, but it's interchangeable here, is corporations. Because people follow corporations, and if you're doing something for a corporation in your map, that's also going to draw players in. And Epic knows that. Epic isn't going to do anything about that. They're just not going to put it here because that'd be an even worse look than they already have. And again, I kind of already went over why, like, the people who can go in here, and I'll just elaborate on my reasoning. Smaller creators obviously aren't going to have a wide enough reach to reach an influencer. You can't just be like somebody who's building on console and be like, you can't just go like DM Mr. Beast. Like, I mean, Mr. Beast is a terrible example. That guy's weird. I don't like that guy, but you can't just go DM, say, Mr. Beast, or really any influencer, say like a musician or somebody large on a social media platform and be like, yo, do you see what I built in Fortnite? Would you mind collaborating with me? That's usually not going to happen most of the time unless this influencer is already in the Fortnite space and they know these people, they know what the people are doing, right? That's not going to be interesting to the everyday influencer. So that pretty much puts 1.0 and, again, small creators off the table, because with small creators, it would be the same. You can't ask an influencer like, hey, want to collab with me? They'd be like, why? Why should I collab with you? Like, what's the reason? Why should I promote your stuff? And if you can do something really cool, and you can, I guess, get an influencer to think, oh, that's cool, and get them to agree to promote it, I guess that's possible for smaller creators, but it's extremely unlikely. You can't just hop into an influencer's DMs and be like, see this? Does this look cool to you? Do you want to promote this? You want to make an Instagram post about this? Like, that just doesn't work. So overall, the group of people I see this working out in favor of, the only group of people in the Fortnite creative, like Fortnite user-generated content space that I see this working out for, is large teams. Because these teams have a lot of people on them. They have people to promote their work on social media. They have like the production teams. They have people to make sure everything is bug tested. People to make sure everything looks right, and people to what should I say? Like, I guess people who would know influencers or sound more credible when talking to an influencer. They would have more than likely a PR team that could also talk to the influencer for them, and give them like reasons why they should trust them. And and also being part of a team really reinforces your credibility. Like, oh, there's a whole team of us. We can be trusted. Unless there's Superjoy Studios creating Reload 2 for Cypher PK. It's like the 5th time I've made this take. The only time you guys are hearing it because I deleted all the other recordings. But I don't know if I'm ever making that video, by the way. I have gameplay recorded. I'm just too lazy to talk about it. But, like, this... And this isn't throwing... As far as I'm aware, this isn't throwing out payouts for people simply, I think, playing the map. Or... Yeah, I'd imagine just playing the map. But this is really reducing the percentage of your payout that is from players playing your map. So the overall problem here is that they're pandering to large teams. That's all they're doing. And more than likely, it's that they've been in contact with these large teams, because those are really the only people who have a direct line of contact to the people in charge of Fortnite Creative, because they're the only people big enough for the people in charge of Fortnite Creative to realize or to see, to notice. And this, they more than likely said, well, this is a good idea. Well, I shouldn't say more than likely. There's a chance that teams are basically like, this is what we're getting success from, so maybe we could adjust, we could skew payouts a little more to encourage that success. And because Epic is talking to these creators, they must think, well, these are effectively our representatives for the rest of the UGC community, and this must be a good idea for all creators, which it's not, but there aren't too many people to tell Epic that it's not. Because this is going to work out in favor of most of the people who have a direct line of communication to Epic because of their size, because of their popularity, or because like the people in high places that they know. So those people aren't going to be telling Epic this is a bad change, because those people are still going to be making a buttload of money from new players coming to the game because they have these massive teams. And I feel like I'm still kind of just rambling on, even though this is like my shortest take yet. But so I'm just gonna wrap it up here. The problem is, um, the problem is that small creators basically have no chance to make money from actual map making. They're gonna have to rely on the money that they make from things that go hand in hand with map making, such as how I'm doing is I'm hoping that mostly what I showcase on the YouTube channel, or what I explain how to do on the YouTube channel, is gonna get me at least somewhere, is what I'm hoping. It probably won't work out, and I'm not gonna put all my eggs in that basket and say, oh, I really hope this works out as a career. But I'm not banking on the map giving me the most money. So it's not my problem that this has happened, but the thing is, it's everybody's problem. At some point, this is going to affect every small creator, and it needs to be changed for that, because if small creators don't stand a chance, they're not going to come, and it's going to be the same old people in charge of everything, and eventually those same old people, they're going to get bored, and they're not going to make maps, and Epic's going to be out of creators until some new people step up to the plate, or somebody who's really fond of this change decides, oh, well, I'll just join this team, or I'll become in charge of this team, or whatever, right? And so the problem is just, this just kills off small creators. This kills small creators' interests. This is really, really damaging to the average person creating user-generated content for Fortnite. And it's going to stay harmful to them unless this is reverted or severely reworked. And I guess, I'll share some rework ideas I have, because I just came up with one. And I think that if this is successful for big creators and teams, this is what metrics should be for big creators and teams. This, if teams are having success with this, maybe make this something specific to teams, so that teams are rewarded to put effort in to promote their work and have high quality stuff go out, and to collaborate with the influencers that want to collaborate, because they're the people who are in the upper echelon. They're the people who have the power to do that. But for the smaller creator, maybe make it something simpler, such as playtime, or if it really must get to that point, going to the item shop after playing your map. Because right now, this isn't going to work for everybody. And that's the problem. I'm not going to ramble anymore. That's the problem. I guess thanks for watching this long ramble. Not really watching, listening to. And for the people who had hope of me releasing some more maps, this doesn't have anything. Well, this has something to do with this, but this is more like a fans of the channel type thing for anybody who's new here. I am more than likely going to put off releasing future maps. I'll still try and get the Shark Chapter 4 out. But I feel like, as some people who have followed what I've been doing with the Adrift project and all that, that's something I personally feel like could meet this criteria, or get new players or old players re-engaged. Because I feel like I'm really taking a unique take, even though I'm using a lot of Fortnite specific assets. I feel like I personally feel like I've taken a unique route with what I'm doing. But what am I talking about? I'm going insane. I'm not even gonna cut this part out. I'm just going insane. I'm like repeatedly losing my train of thought. It's literally midnight right now. Um, yeah, but what I'm thinking is it's gonna reward me more if I put more effort into that and I release that in the future, high quality, all the promotional work out, as opposed to something like Chapter 4 party games where I just start together and I'm like, well, Fortnite algorithm, please do all the work. Or I pander to that, I don't know, that one kid in my comments who's repeatedly begging for Relentless Retreat. That's really annoying. I lost a sub, so I'm hoping it's him, but um, it's not gonna reward me in the long run. I'll do it for like, I guess for the YouTube clicks. I'll be like, oh, this is what I did, but um, I'm not gonna put a bunch of effort into it. Is the point I'm trying to get to? Is um, I'm not I'm not gonna like lose sleep over. Well, I'm losing sleep right now, but that's besides the point. I'm not gonna lose sleep um over something that's not fit for the I guess you could say meta right now. It's not very meta to release that right now. Um, and again, as I already said, I'm not banking on the creative payouts, but I do want to wait till a time where it's more tactical to release that. It'll work out better for both things. It'll work out better for getting promoted in Fortnite. It'll do better for me while it's in Fortnite, and it'll do better for my YouTube. Um, and yeah, I kind of also rambled there, but if you have a problem, as I've said before, please forget your parachute the next time you skydive. Peace out.